Without a doubt, The Smashing Machine is the best I've ever seen Dwayne Johnson. I just got out of Smashing Machine. Let's talk about it. Forgive me if I sound like I can't breathe through both nostrils, because I can't. Directed by Benny Safdie, stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emily Blunt, and a whole bunch of other people. Forgive me in advance. I'm going to get this all wrong because those sports where people get hit on purpose, like, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know what's what. This is a biopic about Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr was a UFC pioneer. I'm understanding that correctly. So this is focusing on a really small piece of his life from like 1997 to the early parts of 2000. So centering around his major fights in Japan. These are my favorite kind of biopics. I'm not a big fan of the biopics that try to span someone's entire life because they try to hit all the high points and there's not a whole lot of connective tissue in it. It just feels like a train where each car is a scene or a period or piece of someone's life. It doesn't feel like it connects all that well. I love it when we focus on like one thing and we kind of span out from there. We're able to learn a little bit about who that person is based on this one defining moment in their life. Those are my favorite kind of biopics. So at this time, Mark Kerr was living in Phoenix, Arizona with his girlfriend, Dawn. Just something I noticed in that the attention to detail, how even houses can be a reflection of the culture in which someone lives. Because I was thinking, if this was shot in New Orleans, the walls would be a completely different color. They might be a bright yellow or even a bright pink. Something awkward that doesn't look normal in a suburban home, but it's very much New Orleans. I don't know, I just had that thought looking at the walls when very much, they don't even have to say we're in the Southwest. It's very clear we're in the Southwest because the walls are very clay red. Those little things. This movie's decent. It's good. It's good enough. There's nothing really bad to say about it. It just doesn't knock it out of the park, if that makes sense. It's just... It's very relaxing, very chill. It's good enough, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say mid. I mean, maybe mid, but not like what I would normally call mid. It's good enough. Like, it's good, but it's not great. What makes this movie worth seeing, though, is definitely The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. We've never seen him like this before. I feel like he just plays the same recycled character over and over and over again. He's never really been given an opportunity until now to really flex that acting muscle because clearly he's very passionate about this craft. I feel like this was a breakout performance for him. Is this going to nab him any nominations? Maybe. I mean, I don't think the best actor field is, all that competitive right now based on what I've seen and what I'm hearing. So there's an opportunity, there's a chance that he could slip in there because this kind of reminded me a little bit of the way Ariana Grande did Glinda, in that there was no like one moment in that movie that just said, oh my God, that's the Oscar winning performance. It was the whole thing from beginning to end. It was a very transformative performance. Like she really just dug into Glinda, just disappeared and just created this role from scratch. And I felt like that's what Dwayne Johnson was giving us in this role, this from scratch performance. He was being everybody but himself. So yeah, I feel like this is a breakthrough for him. This is a gateway performance for him to explore other dramatic avenues. We are not used to seeing him like this, so congratulations to him. I did like the very beginning of the movie. So the movie opens with him, in the ring, or the octagon, I don't know what they call it, but where he's fighting someone. There's a lot going on in that scene because we have this visual of him in this very, brutal fight, doing what they do in that sport. And also we're hearing him in this interview where he sounds very calm and charming. It's a contrast from the visual images on the screen. And also this kind of heavy guitar in the middle, and it's chaotic. But like once I got midway through the film, I'm like, oh, that's kind of brilliant because that kind of sets us up for what this film is, in that what we're seeing visually and what we're hearing, there's a sense of deception because we're dealing with an addict. And I don't know, at the very beginning I thought, oh, he seems like such a nice guy. He's very charming and attentive. He's an addict. I think anyone who's ever dealt with an addict will be able to recognize this performance. And then he switches the performance a little bit kind of halfway through when he becomes sober. And it's almost like he goes into a different key because that charming and, sweet kind of mask that he was wearing, because he's a good dude nonetheless. But now he's on edge. and now he's a little fidgety and he can't sit still. I don't know. I like the switch. I like the multi-layers that Dwayne Johnson kind of enters in this performance. Emily Blunt could literally eat wallpaper, and I would applaud her. I love whatever she is doing. Visually, it's interesting. It felt like 35 millimeter, but it very much looked like a product of its time, late 90s. It looked like a late 90s movie. Grainy, gritty. Overall, I like that. I'd say a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, again, it's not knock it out of the park great, but it's good enough. And, hats off to Mr. Johnson. Like, congratulations. Congratulations. You finally stepped out of the box. And I hope he does more like this. He has it. He just needs to flex that muscle.